I'm here with Katie Colosimo. She is a wonderful singer out of Nashville, and we're just going to chat today. So thank you for being here today, Katie.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So how did you get started in the music industry?
Oh man, it's a little bit of a wild ride just because I feel like I'm not just doing my own artistry, but I've been just singing on stage and doing background vocals and writing since I can remember. But I guess my initial start was when I did The Voice in, 2016 around there. And then I did not make it past blinds, but I realized, I said, you know what, like no one's really gonna do this for me. I kind of have to, if I want to pursue, being my own artist and writing my own songs, I just have to I have to wear multiple hats, because I felt like no one was gonna invest in me if I didn't invest in myself. It sounds like a very cheesy self-help book, but here it is.
It's the truth. Sometimes you just have to take what you can, throw it at the wall, and see what sticks.
Yeah, but I had gone to Belmont University, which brought me down to Nashville. I'm originally from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah. Woo, go Steelers. Maybe I should.
My husband's a Browns fan in the other room, so.
I always say my home is where my dad yelling at the Steelers is. So.
That's awesome. I love Pittsburgh. Carson Street. I have a lot of memories on Carson Street.
But when coming down from Pittsburgh to Nashville for Belmont, I made a lot of connections with other musicians. I did a lot of collaborations. I met a lot of producers, a lot of photographers, just a lot of the people that I work with now. At that time when I was, saying, let's do this independently for as long as I can. Oh, we're frozen.
Sorry, you're good. I got a call. I was like, meh.
But I wanted to do this independently, and then I just kind of used my contacts from there. And then my journey really began. I decided to release a song a month last year. And that kind of, by doing so much, it kind of catapulted me into, the music industry as I know it as an artist. So this year was going to be a lot of performing and singing around, but obviously that hasn't happened. But
yeah, so you were releasing a song a month. Mm-hmm. And was that all 100% original music?
So I had, let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4, some of it was original. Some of them were covers or mashups. And then I, once getting into it, my plan, as all plans do, kind of shifted a little bit as the workload got heavier. But I ended up doing, pretty much a song a month. And then on the months that I felt it wasn't right to release, I was doing music videos or acoustic videos for my releases that I already had, because I slowly started to realize if you don't promote your music, it just is.
Yeah, it sits there stagnant.
Yeah. But I did it as honestly as much as I could for doing a lot of it by myself. And it was such a great learning experience for me just doing it, because mm-hmm. I am such a planner, I am such an organizer, but there's so much you learn by just throwing yourself into the mix of everything. And so I feel like my perspective has definitely changed.
Yeah. So going back to your experience on The Voice, I did look up, I looked up some of that. And, no, I love, Miley was Team Katie, I feel like.
Oh gosh, yeah, she was fantastic. I really enjoyed Miley. Alicia is an angel.
Yeah.
She just has a halo around her. I don't know. No makeup, just chilling. Blake was super nice. Adam was nice, but you know, he had some pretty harsh criticism that was on television, but like, I'm not bitter about it anymore.
Right, like he said that you were too emotional or something like that. And it's like, you don't tell a woman that they're too emotional, Adam.
And you know what? I think I honestly, I think I know what he meant to say, you know, which is that, you know, my nervousness was showing, I think. And I look back on it now because like back then I was like, oh yeah, this is my shot. This is my chance. I can, you know, this is going to be the end all of end all. And I was nervous. I just thought I was king of the crop. And now I look back on that and I say, oh my gosh, you're so silly. I was like, you had no experience. I mean, I had experience, but I was not ready for it. I don't think I was ready. And I think he saw that, didn't say it in the best way possible, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
Well, yeah, because now looking back where you are, at that point you're like, this is the beginning, like, or that at that point you're like, this is what's gonna make me. And now looking back, you're like, that was actually just the start to lead up to where you are now. And it's a bummer that this past year, where you know it was supposed to be a performing year for you, has now just been shut down. So have you been doing any like any kind of virtual concerts or anything like that?
I have not. I think the only virtual concert that I have been a part of is with Timothy's Gift. They're a nonprofit organization that goes into prisons, and we perform concerts for inmates around the holidays, just so they do not feel forgotten.
I love that.
We're not able to go in this year, so we did like a whole DVD of our concert performance. So that's pretty much that pretty much sums up my live concert experience for the year. But I think that this year has been different for a lot of artists. I think I know a lot of people who have really just loved doing the live stream performances, but I also know a lot of people who have just really like doubled down and started writing and I think that's kind of where my head has been this past year. I haven't stopped live performing completely. It is not my own artistry that I am performing when I am doing it. Really taking the time this year to sit and write my own songs, co-write, because I'm really excited. I'm trying to release an EP or some sort of something in 2021. But yeah, I think this year has mainly been a writing year.
I mean, it's a good year to get, I mean, you're locked in the house, right? Like, let's get creative.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who would you say your like musical influences are? Do you have?
I definitely have musical influences. It depends on like if I'm writing to write or if I'm writing for my artistry, which I feel like should be the same thing, but I don't know. My musical influences tend to be like people that I listen to or have listened to in the past, but it ends up being anything with like a very big vocal. Right. So like I love Ariana Grande's stuff, Zara Larsson, Jessie J, Beyonce, those kind of very powerhouse pop queens. I absolutely. So I feel like that's more of my style. It kind of bleeds into my style as well.
I loved your LML video. The lyric.
Thank you. I put a lot of hard work into that. It wasn't. It just was one of my friends. He was a bass player that plays downtown on Broadway with me. He said, I'm just, trying out the videography. And love to work with you. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. I mean, I need a lyric video. And so we got together on a Saturday morning. It took 3 hours. But prior to that Saturday morning, I had baked so many cakes. Like when I tell you, I was trying to just plan everything out, because all that is just planning. But I looked at him, I said, let's just make a tasty video. Like, let's just pretend we're making a cake. And I don't even know. But it was a lot of fun. It was definitely a lot of fun.
It's a fun video and it's a great song, and it's just definitely a fun idea. I love that when people can get creative with all of that. Well, do you have what are your next plans for when hopefully things are opening back up? And you're planning an EP for this next year?
Yes, I'm planning an EP. I'm writing an EP. Let me say that. I'm writing an EP. I'm not sure what my release plan will be, but it will be different from what I did last year for sure. I am definitely going to release something in February, but I would like for it to aim towards an EP versus doing a single.
Yeah, that's exciting. Very exciting. Well, thank you so much for joining me. And I know this was just light and easy talk. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about today? It's just nice. It's nice to feel like I'm showing face for the music that I've already done. I think that for so many people, they have their art and they put it out there and like, that's it. But I feel like you kind of have to, I really, really appreciate speaking with you today, and, you providing a platform that allows me and other artists to talk about the work that they've done and really get it to as many people as possible. Like people like you and magazines like you, they just make it possible for independent artists to have a platform, and it's really great. So thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole goal of this, is to really just reach maybe people that, sorry, my dogs are agreeing with this.
I also vocal coach. And so anytime I'm on online vocal coaching, there's an animal somewhere who knows.
You could probably be like, that dog is barking a B flat.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, I mean, the whole goal of this is just to reach people, because there are so many talented people out there that have done amazing things like you and have been successful in this realm, but our world is so big. And I mean, you can click through 1 million different songs in 5 minutes on a YouTube channel, right? But we need to get the good out there for people to hear. So thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope to hear from you again, and I'm sure we'll be listening for your information. Send it over when you know any more info or you're doing any dates, and I'll make sure that they're posted. And how can people find you?
So people can find me on my website, www.ktcmusic.com. And then I have music all over Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you can find it. Amazon Music, SoundCloud, all of the above. But my Instagram is also KTC Music. So
okay,
there.
Well, thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon, and have a great day.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
You're the brightest thing that I ever did see.